Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we'll be doing something super exciting. That is, we will be ditching any React Toast libraries and we'll be building our own. The reason you want to do that is that it doesn't take a lot of time to build. One, another is that you get a free dependency for a Toast system. So for this, let's start. For this, you just need a simple React project like the one which you already have here. I've opened up and I named this project as Toastify. So you can use create React app or any way to just initialize a project. And once we started, let's jump into it. First thing first, let's clear out few of the things. We don't need app CSS. Let's remove this in app.js. We don't need this. And I think let's just put in hello world for now. We don't need test app. Index CSS, not needed. Index.js, yes, we don't need that, but we don't need this first line. We don't need index CSS, and we don't need this one. We don't need report vitals, test setup, and even logo switching. Okay. So for the purpose of this particular project, we'll be using Bootstrap. Since Bootstrap comes up with a lot of features that we may want to tap into. So one of the most important thing that we need right now is the simple alert. So now let's open up Chrome. And yep, first we go to get bootstrap.com. So we have two different ways of using React Bootstrap into a React project. One is installing React Bootstrap library, or just use Bootstrap with its CDN. So we are gonna go with the latter one, which is using a CDN. For this, just go to docs, installation. We need this link. Let's copy this link and go to public index.html, and right after title, paste it here. Second thing we need to do, let me increase the font size so it's easier for you guys. Plus close this and this. Yeah. So we are gonna install this link, and second thing we need is JS. Really simple. Again, we can copy the script from here across origin, and be careful to copy the script and only link. We don't need to make any changes here. We just need to make these small changes, and in the end, right before body ends, add this script tag. Now we have completely functional React app that uses Bootstrap as its framework. Now let's do npm start and see how does it look. As you can see, the hello world is written in different font rather than the default one. So hence our Bootstrap is working as expected. Now let's get started. First thing first, let's create folder name components. This will be hosting all our components that we need. In that, let's have folder named as toast. So toast is the main component that is gonna show us toasts or the alert. Now let's create toast.js. Another folder would be file toast container.js. Rather than making it JS, I'll make it JSX. This needs to be JS, and last is index.js. I'll explain why I did index.js later, but first let's go to toast.js. In toast.js, we need two things. First is class toast. So we have this toast class. We'll have a private variable which is callback, which is gonna be undefined for now. We don't need it to use it right away. Another function is register callback. So register callback is a method that will take CB or callback as a parameter, and once we get CB, that's really simple. We need to assign callback to CB. That's it. So this is a really small function. What this will do, when we are initializing our toast, it will take a callback that requires, that means either showing or hiding or whatever trigger we need to do is called here. Next, we need library to sorry, a method to show that particular toast. So we take toast. Let's say we are taking an option. So for now, for our need, we'll be taking two different things. That is type. That could be success or info or warning, something like that. So to toast, we'll take two things. That is type and message, the message that we want to pass. And once we get this, and if callback is available, then we are going to do this dot callback. And now in this callback, we will pass our type and message. We are done with the toast message. Now comes the interesting part, because whenever, if you have used any toast library, it is something like this: toast dot error and message, or toast dot success, or toast dot info. So we are going to do and replicate same thing here. For that, we first need an error method that will take message as a parameter, and if this is called, we are just going to call this dot toast, and we will pass type as an error and then message. So if you see, while calling this method, we are effectively calling this show toast method, and we do the same thing for info, and we go with info. And in the same way, we can have other methods as well, which could be success, then warning, and whatever we need. And in the end, we'll export from toast, which will be an instance of our toast class. So whatever we have to do, we don't have to worry about anything. We just need to call this toast and dot error or info, and this will handle everything we need. Second thing is that now index.js. So we have this toast. In index.js, we'll do export star from dot slash toast. The reason for doing this is that when we're using this component outside of components folder, that is in app or in any file, so at that time we don't need to keep on import from component slash toast.js, something like that. We just can do component slash toast. Now let's come to toast container. In toast container, first thing we need, first let's do a small step, that is const toast container equals to, and then return h1 I am a toast. Let's not do anything fancy here, and export default toast container. Let's see if we can actually get this to visible on our app. In app.js, where we have this hello world, let's have, yeah, so we are exporting toast container, and let's put it inside index.js as well. So export default from dot slash toast container. Let me format this doc a little bit to make it good. Yes, now we come back to index.js and go with toast container. As you see, once we do that, we have this option toast container slash, and we don't need this, because our entry for toast container is already available inside this index.js, and index.js will act as an entry point for both of these components, for both of these files. So we, even if we have to call this toast, we don't need to write slash toast, we just need to call this. All right, let's move ahead. Now test toast containers here, save, and we see I am a toast. Now this is not a toast, obviously, right? We need to have an actual alert that looks like a toast. So for that, let's first look at some of the libraries what I'm going to use. So on React Bootstrap, on the left side, you see we have, in components, we have alert. So we need this alert. We don't, because This is what an alert is. We can style it if we want, but for now we'll just use available component itself. So let's come here, not live alert. We'll just so what we'll do, we'll copy this first one, the primary one. Copy, and let's go to toast. And here while we're returning I am a toast, let's return this. Format this, and also the class will become class name. Format, save, and let's see, we have a simple alert. Check it out. All right. Second thing, we need a button to close this. So there is one on dismissing. Yep, we have this button type. We'll just copy this button and put it here. Also, we don't need database dismiss, because if we do that, then we'll lose this whole toast container. We won't be able to do anything. So we have this, it doesn't do anything. Let's save. Good. Now there's this one thing that is still bugging me out, is that even if it's a toast, it's not a toast, because if I had to type something, let's say hello world, here we see the hello world. Let me actually, we see this hello world. We don't need this hello world. We need it to be in the center, just like an toast in a center, showing us notification that this thing happened, and that's it. We don't need this here. So for that, we'll do a small style. So in toast, we'll make another folder, which file, which is toast.tss. And in toast container, rather than the alert, we'll name it as custom toast, because toast is already another class available in Bootstrap, and hence we don't need that. So let's go with the custom toast for now. Let's save this. And here, let's import toast. Import dot slash toast dot tss. All right. Now if I add custom toast, it's here. Now a few things first. Dot custom toast. What we need, first thing we need position to be fixed. If now it's fixed, we need to be top like 10px, not more than that, and left should be in the center. So that is, we'll move it to left with 50%. This is not center. To make it proper center, we need to do transform translate with negative 50% and 0. Save. Now this is in the exact center. Okay, the position is fixed, everything is done. Now what's the issue? Oh, we didn't need it into a single space. So let's do something simple. Move display being flex, save, and then we do align item center tool. And last thing we need is gap of 20px. Okay. Yep. So if I make it a little smaller, you can see we have this gap which is 20px. Now we are done with styling as well. This styling is done. Now let's get back. Now let's get to the fun part. That is actual coding it up in a way that when we click, it should go away and we'll have a button, and one click can show it again. All right. So first thing we need state management. So we'll need post options and set post options equals to use state, and use state will have nothing. We don't need anything. We just need it to be null for now. Second thing, on use effect, we need use effect because we have toast, but we need to set up, we have to register callback so that when we click on the button, the show toast could be called. And we go back to the custom and then use effect, set it to be run only once when the component is mounted. And in that, we'll have a function or method function named as show, and show will take an options as a parameter, and it will return, it will not return, but it will just execute as set option, set toast option as options. Second, the show method is done. Now we need to register callback. So we go with toast. We see that dot toast. We don't even need dot slash. We just need dot slash. Oh, sorry. We need toast. Oh yeah. Yep. Toast. We don't need this. Yes, it works. So toast dot register callback, and we are show. And now last thing, cleanup function. So cleanup function will do nothing. It will just toast options dot register callback to null. And we are done with the really basic stuff. Now let's create a handle close function so we can close pop-up as well. Handle close will take nothing. It will do set toast options again to be null. Okay. Now a few things first. After this, we need one more thing. If there are no toast options, obviously we don't need to do anything. So we'll do return null. This is where the basic if not toast, oh yeah, toast properties of undefined register. Okay, I think we'll need this toast. Property null reading register callback. Just okay, so there was apparently no issue. I just did save again and it's gone. We needed to have this toast here. I still don't know, and it's working. I'm not gonna touch it again. Rule number 1: if anything works, do not touch it. Let it run. So we have this function as handle close. Now we need to do handle close. So now on click, handle close, save again. That is so okay. I'm not sure why is it happening. Just save and it's done. Not sure what is happening, but yeah, it's working. And yeah, so to try it out, let's do something like we'll set up we'll do it save and register callback is not a function. Oh yeah, here's I found a mistake. So mistake is this: we don't need toast option, we need it to be a toast. And yeah, we are good. If I click this, it's gone. We need to show it again. It will not be back because yeah, the mistake was with toast. We don't need toast options. We'll need toast.register callback. Silly mistake. Now we are done with handle close. Let's do one more thing. That is, let's change it to null once again so we can work with it. Second, let's go to app.js. Now in app.js, we'll set up two buttons: return.btn.button primary, and here will be like show info toast, and we'll copy it again and let's make it error, not error, danger, and show error toast. Save. We get this both. Now let's do something really simple. Let's add br in between so it's straight, and then let's do a little bit of margin so it's at least in the residual space. Yes, yay. Now let's import toast. So now first show info equals to, and this will call toast. If you see, this is the magic of using index.js. We don't have to have two different lines for import, just single works. Dot info, and info takes only one thing, message this is, and info message. And let's do same for error, and it was dot error, and this is an error message. So we on click, this will show info. So on click, show info, and on click, show error. We are done with this. If we do show, we can see it's here. It's working. Do we need to do changes anything? Yes, we do need to make sure that the error message is what we need. So let's go back to toast container. And here, first thing first, let's add really simple answer, which is toast options dot message. Now we have this because we are since we are storing all our message and type into this options, so we can change that. Now we need to make sure that depending upon which state is selected, like it's an info or error, we need to make sure that we see the relevant toast. So for error title, we can do really simple thing, but I'll show you something. We'll have const get style class. This will take an option as type and will return some things. So here, first thing in the switch type case, not console case, and if the case is info, then return alert primary. If case is error, return alert danger, and default return nothing. So now one thing we have to be sure about, that we can add more cases depending upon what you need to call, but I think this is all we need. And now we need to get the class. So we cannot name class because class is already a keyword, so we'll just name is classes. Let's forget about this. Get style class, and we'll pass toast options dot type, and then and also let's change it to class name, and let's cut this part, paste, and alert primary. Let's remove this and add dollar classes, and I think we are done. If I go info and we see this error message for yes. And that's all, folks. So in this whole tutorial, if you saw this is just a small change that we need to do: an index, a simple some message, some styling, a basic singleton class that will handle our interactions, and a toast container. That's it, and we are done. We don't need to have that whole lot of extra dependency on our system, on our app, just to show a notification system. So yeah, that's it, and I hope you enjoyed this particular video, and I hope that you will like to add more and more things into this. Yeah, if you have anything else, just let me know in the comments and I'll answer that. Plus, if you need and guide on building something else, definitely drop that. We'll do this small tutorials where you can see how we can start and make this small thing in a really less time and effort. Thank you, folks. Happy coding. Bye bye.